Hello, Tayvion Robinson, transferred from Tech. I'm excited to be here, excited for the opportunity, and I'm ready to learn and work with these awesome guys.
Tayvion, I'm looking at KSR. Why did you decide to transfer after 3 years at Virginia Tech, and why ultimately did you pick Kentucky?
I'm forever thankful for my opportunity and my time there for giving me a chance, but I saw an opportunity here that was better for me moving forward, and I took it, and I'm excited about it, so I'm ready to be here.
Tayvion, sophomore and earlier, what makes Kentucky better? What makes this opportunity more exciting?
After seeing how they played last year, and specifically Wandale in my position, because I played a slot as well, seeing his success, you know, really made me watch a lot of their football this year. And I wanted to have a production year like that because I haven't since I've been in college. So when the opportunity came knocking, I ran at it.
What made watching when you were watching Kentucky this year compared to when you had to play them a few years ago? How different was it?
Well, 2019, it was the Lynn Bowden show. So we had to watch that for 3, 4 hours. And now they're more of a, pro style NFL offense, that throws the ball around, runs it well. But I'm seeing a change from when I played them in 2019 and seeing what Liam did this year. That guy really knows his stuff. He really has these kids' best interests at heart, and he wants to see nothing but success from all of us.
What else do you remember about that Belts game? And obviously, other than winning, it was pretty tense there between the two teams before the game, during the game. What do you remember of that
Yeah,
game?
it was some moments where, because we did a lot of the same events that whole week leading up to the game in Charlotte, and there was some moments where it got heated, and I guess it kind of just made the timing up to the game more immense and fun. But the other thing I remember, if y'all don't remember, I think it was a fourth down, and I had caught a pass in the middle of the field, and I was a freshman, and Yusuf Corker comes downhill, and that it took all the way into the end of the season to get my welcome to college hit. So that's something I always remember. But it was also a fun experience. It was my first bowl game, a true freshman, getting to travel and play against the SEC team.
From KSR, you talked about the scheme being real attractive and what Wandale did, but how much is it factor in knowing that there's a quarterback that has a proven track record that you're going to be able to catch passes from?
It's a very important, having a very consistent and well working quarterback who works in the system well. Really takes time to learn the offense. Has to go through its progressions and um it just makes my job easier knowing I got somebody like that behind the center, and all I gotta do is catch passes and make plays.
Have you been able to? I know that that's eventually part of the spring, but have you all started doing the kind of throwing stuff and getting acquainted
Um,
yet? Or is that
we
kind
just
of early?
started doing like player led throwing and catching. We'll kind of I think set it up and we go a couple times a week to go catch. Get used to each other, timing, route running, and then it's gonna help us move into the spring.
Maybe on Dick Gabriel, UK Radio Network. You mentioned Wandale when you were watching the bowl game. Did you sort of see yourself out there in that offense making those kinds of plays?
Interesting. Watching other guys have success, especially in a place that you're about to come to, does make you envision seeing yourself making those type of plays, playing in front of a crowd like this, Big Blue Nation. The only thing I wanted to do was, once I knew I was coming here, just come here and help in any way possible, help this team be successful, whether that's on the field, off the field. So yeah, seeing myself vision making plays was happening a lot.
I know we talked a lot about you playing the slot, but you also are pretty fearless returning the ball. Just how what's is there an art to being a good punt returner? How do you have success when you got dudes flying down the field that you're going 100 miles an hour?
Um, as a freshman, the first thing, because my receiver coach, he was the punt returner coach at the time at Virginia Tech, and he was just like, be overly confident and be fearless. You can't be back there in a position where everybody's watching you and you're stuck in your own head. Just feel free. You know how to make plays. You know what to do when you get the ball in your hand. The only thing I do is just catch it. So that was really the big change from high school to college, just catching a ball that was maybe 20 yards in the air. Now it's 60, 50 yards in the air. So Just time, practice, preparation. Eventually I got to a point where I was very confident, and my team was confident in me that I could make a play every time I was back there.
What's it like coming into the room, outside of you, it's kind of a lot of youth, you're sort of, gonna be, you're the new guy, but you're also gonna be looked at as the guy that kind of, lead these guys and set the example.
It's cool because in my old school, I was on the opposite end. I was the young guy looking up to the old guys, and to them, like I know in a freshman position, all you want to do is soak things up, learn as much as you can from the older guys. So, I came here, that was said to me, you are kind of the vet in the room, or one of the veterans because you played football for a while. I just want to lead by example, be a good role model to those young guys, let them know, how college works, how to prepare properly, play receiver, teach them things that I didn't know as a freshman to help them get an advancement in their success. So, I just really want to lead in the right example.
You just talked about, I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
I know when they were recruiting Wandell, talked a lot about Cooper Cup and what the Rams do with him. How big is it for you to see the specific role you're going to have succeed so much in the NFL?
So when I first started talking to Coach Coyne, he talked about the NFL offense and NFL terminology. And, in the recruiting process, there's a lot of sales and pitches that coaches will give to you. But it's insane when you actually sit down and watch the film how much alike his offense is to the Rams. So when you see the type of season Wandell just had this year, breaking the single season reception record, touchdown record, and you see Cooper Cup winning the Triple Crown, it's like, what more do you want in this type of offense? The slot is a very important piece in this offense, and I'm glad I play it, and I'm ready to just be successful.
Deuce talked about culture. What was your perception of Kentucky's culture, both on the outside looking in and now that you're on the inside?
Kind of like Deuce said, this was a place that the guys really wanted to be at every day. Waking up at 5, 6 o'clock is not fun for nobody. Sorry. But when I came on a visit after I had went to portal, I came to a practice. I kind of just sat back and watched around how to prepare before practice. Everybody in the building wanted to be here. It wasn't like they were dragging along, feeling muggy, gruggy. Like I wish I could go back, take another hour's sleep. That they were happy to be here, get to work, and the culture in practice was fun. Like everybody was involved. Coach Stoops didn't have to do too much, kind of just lay back, like practice do its thing, and that's something I wanted to be a part of, and something I wanted to do that I haven't really done yet, and that was kind of an attractive thing to me.
I'm curious, how is the recruiting process out of high school different than the transfer portal recruiting process?
In high school, it's more of like a nitpicking because they've seen you play high school ball, but obviously it's different from college ball. And you talk to your schools, depending on how they recruit you are, you could talk to a lot. But once you're in college and you've played 3 seasons of college football, now everybody knows what you can do, how you play. So the attention is just that much more, the phone calls. As soon as I went to Port, I was getting a million calls. And obviously there was some schools that I knew I wasn't going to go to immediately. And eventually narrowed it down to a couple. And this one was, was the best opportunity for me, and my family.
Obviously, the Wandell part of it was huge, but how much is Kentucky just developing a reputation as a place where transfers can go and thrive because of what they did last year?
Yeah, specifically, Will and Wandell had very big success last year, and then I think they maybe had some other transfer guys, but seeing guys who transferred, basically me and Deuce's position, have success, only makes us feel more comfortable coming here, and that was a big thing for me.
Tayvion Robinson Kentucky WR. Wide receiver's been an area over the last 2 classes for the most part. Kentucky's really tried to revamp that room. Just what's your kind of initial impression of some of the other guys we've been playing with?
Um, Obviously, it wasn't a very pass-friendly school in the past, but Liam has changed the culture around here. Brought an NFL offense, and more receivers are coming. They had, I think, the best recruiting class they had in school history this year, and a lot of those receivers are very good. I'm just excited to get to work with them. The young guys kind of make me feel young, not too old sometimes, but it'll be fun teaching them. Seeing their development for the time that I'm here, and just having fun.
This is for the first first year we've got to see Coach Cohen as a recruiter. What is his personality like?
He's a very genuine, laid back, cool guy. He shoots it to you straight. He'll joke with you. It's nothing fake about him. And, he tells you the truth. You get here, you got opportunity to be really good, or you can mess that up for yourself. You got two ways. So it was ultimately a decision that like we had to make. It wasn't like, oh, he sold us a dream. So he's a very good recruiter. Scott Woodward's a good recruiter as well. I talked to both of them. He's kind of Liam's right hand man. So just knowing that those two guys that I'll probably spend most of my time with, real genuine people, I was excited.